let's get to our morning business report here. More money back in your tax refunds, but how are most people spending it?
And experts warn job scams are proving to be costly. Channel 3's Jane King live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, Tracy and Kayla. Good morning. These job scams are everywhere lately. Emails and texts. Data from the Federal Trade Commission shows Americans reported $630 million in losses to these job scams last year, and that has quadrupled since 2021. Now, often they promise job leads. If you send them money, then the lead never comes through. Authorities say research the company independently rather than trusting the contact information provided in the text or email. Well, according to a new study, tax refunds did increase from last year, but half of Americans say they had to spend it all on necessities. A poll of 2,000 taxpayers who have received a refund found the average person got $2,825 back. This was commissioned by TaxSlayer and conducted by Talker Research. And the annual study revealed 71% have already spent the refund or know what they're going to spend it on. So that is up from last year. And like last year, nearly all of those who have spent the refunds have done so on necessities. Well, Amazon is rolling out 30-minute delivery across dozens of cities. This is the fastest shipping option yet. The service is called Amazon Now, and it will deliver things like groceries, household essentials, and electronics in about 30 minutes. The company said it's now available in Atlanta, Dallas-Fort Worth, Philadelphia, and Seattle, and is expanding to more cities, including Austin, Houston, Minneapolis, Orlando, Phoenix, Denver, and Oklahoma City. Amazon Now not yet available in Hartford. Well, tech stocks took a breather from the impressive rally that they've had lately. The Dow ended up higher. It was down most of the day. We get another inflation report out today, producer prices, so what businesses pay for labor and materials. And ahead of that, markets are higher. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.